Hey guys, welcome back to Bohs Fan TV, and today we're doing another video. Yeah, look, we've had a week and a few days to sit on the result against Rovers. Look, it's long gone now. We don't want to be touching too much on it, but yeah, look, a 3-0 defeat. Um, yeah, well deserved for Rovers. We were not good enough on the night. Very poor performance. Nothing really in it. Very little effort. Very little desire. And yeah, we were well beaten in the end, and deservedly so. Yeah, look, it's becoming a bit of a nervy end of the season now. With there's only a handful of games left, and we're only a point off. We're only a point ahead of Shales and who are in fifth, and we're in fourth, obviously. Um, so what was looking like well, I wouldn't say comfortable now, because we look at Sir almost for the top four, but now it could be falling away from us if we're not careful. Um, but yeah, look, that was just so poor there the other week against Rovers. Look, we had no game yesterday or the other day, um, which some people will look at it as a positive or a negative. I don't know, but it would have been nice to have maybe had a game on Friday to kind of put things right after the Rovers game. But we'll have to wait now for till this Friday. We got a cup game against Drogheda, the cup quarter final, massive game. We need to see a huge reaction. Because look, let's be honest, we just haven't been good enough in these past couple of games. Even that Derry game, where even though we played well for the first 20 odd minutes, we sort of fell away a little bit after that. Um, and yeah, look, you look at the fixtures that are coming up. Drogheda away in the cup. It is a tough game. We say this a lot. We've said it a lot during the season. Did we really turn up in the big games? There's been games this season where we've gone into them thinking, God, we really need to win this, and we haven't won them. Um, so yeah, look, who knows what could happen in that game? Then we go there again in the league again. You look, it's a tough game. It's never easy going up to draw it. They make it difficult for you at United Park. But then you look at some of the games. Then after that, you have your Shells at home, Sligo at home, UCD away. You're looking at those games thinking, there are opportunities to get 3 points there and try and put things right because that Shells game could be massive. Who knows where we could be? We could be in within a point of each other, or they could even be ahead of us. If we're not careful going into that game. Um, so look, that has potential to be a massive game. But look, it already is a big game. Look, it's a Dublin derby. Both teams we want to win that one. Um, then after those games we just mentioned, you've got Pats at home, Dundalk away, and then Cork at home to end the season. That those are two big games as well, the Pats and Dundalk game. You know, I think there'll be teams that might be in and around us come then. They're probably European deciders perhaps. Then you've got that Cork game at home. Cork. Look, it's in November. It's still a little bit away, but they've hit a decent vein of form. Just now. So look, it's going to be it is a tough run in. There are games where you look at it and think there's 3 points there to be taken, but you've got to look at it from what we've seen so far in these past couple of weeks, and the performance levels have kind of dropped off. Let's be honest. The Rovers game was poor. Um, I thought going into the game, look, if we could just go up there and make it a bit tough for them, try and maybe sit back, absorb the pressure, sort of, and maybe hit them on the counter. But we did none of that. Let's be honest. It was just the complete opposite. There was no fight. There was no desire. Just poor performances all around, really. Um, you look at the defense and you think, God, I think it probably needs a bit of change. And I don't know if we can continue playing Booker right back. He had a hard time with it there in the Rovers game. We probably need to be playing Bart there and moving Bucko into midfield. Because the midfield as well were equally as poor. I thought McDonald and Flores were terrible. I don't think they should be playing as a midfield too. Because I think Flores' performance levels have definitely dropped off. Since his performances at the start of the season, they were, he was playing really well, but he hasn't quite been the same player lately. Um, McDonald as well. He started quite well, but he hasn't been the same player. Look, he's been in and out of the team. I get that, but when he's played, he hasn't quite performed lately. Even Danny Grant, look, let's be honest, he is a player that on his day is brilliant. He's probably still lacking a little bit of fitness, but I think he probably needs to step up a little bit as well. Look, Clark and Afolabi are still playing really well, and if we can just get them two firing, we might be able to pull off Europe and maybe go far in the cup or even win it. Um, but everywhere else, really, we're not quite clicking. In the defence as well, Casper and Novak have had a hard time of it against Gaffney, haven't they? When we played them this season, they haven't quite been at the level to try and keep them out. You look at them, particularly Casper. Look, he's a tall player. He can get stuck in, but whenever he comes up against a player that is even remotely physical and can challenge him, he does kind of he does panic a little bit and maybe doesn't play as well. Same could be said about Novak. And yeah, look, it was just a completely disastrous performance against Rovers, but we just need to put things right now. We've got some big games coming up. Look, if we can get a win in the cup in a quarter final, get to the semi-finals, that'll help massively. That'll change the mood, I suppose. And heading into games there, we look at the next four after that cup game. You're away to draw it again. Home to Shells, home to Sligo, on away to UCD. That's a big opportunity to get some wins there to try and ease the nerves a little bit because we are starting to kind of slip. You look at Shells now; they're on 46 points. We're on 47. Um, Even Dundalk are on 43 and sixth. So look, there's still a lot of football to be played. I think Rovers will probably go on to win the league now. Let's be honest. I think they've got Derry on Friday in the Brandywell. If they win that, then I think that'll be that, won't it? That they'll go on and win the league. It's sort of maybe looking like a battle between Pats and Derry for second, and third. I think we'll probably settle for fourth. It'd be a disaster if we finish fifth. Let's be honest. If we miss out on Europe again, it would be a bit of a disaster considering how well we started the season and considering I don't think we dropped out of the top 4 or 5 all season. So it would be a bit of a disaster if we didn't get Europe in the end. Look, we're still in the cup. You know, we we mentioned it there. The draw of the game on Friday, big game. If we can win that, it'll lift the mood. But we've just got to focus now on what's to come. Um, yeah, look, we just gotta pray we get the points that we need to get us to where we want to be, which is back in Europe. Look, we were never really expected to go on and win the league. I think starting well maybe didn't help us a bit because then the expectations went a bit higher, and you're thinking, you know, what could we do this season? Could we maybe pull off something? But I think we probably where we probably thought we'd be, in and around that fourth or fifth place. Challenging for Europe, but we really should be getting into Europe. Um, because we missed out on it now, what, past 2 seasons, and it has affected us a little bit. We are a club that should be playing there every year, let's be honest. So, yeah, look, as long as you can just keep some players firing, Afolabi, his confidence will be booming now after getting called up to the Ireland squad. He's not in the squad for today's game against the Netherlands for some reason. Even though Stephen Kenny keeps playing players like Jeff Hendrick, but look, that's a different topic altogether. But we just need to keep him fit, obviously, as well, because if it'd be just typical of us if he was to get injured or something. But obviously that'll do his confidence a lot of good. Getting recognised by Stephen Kenny and being put into the Ireland squad, even if he doesn't get any minutes, look, it's still a bonus for him. Um, and yeah, look, that'll do his confidence great, and hopefully he can score a few more goals, and we can have a strong end to the season. Same with James Clark. Look, they're obviously linking up really well at the moment. If we could just keep them two firing, we'll be fine. We'll get where we need to be, I think. But it's just about other areas on the pitch. You look at the team now. He probably needs a bit of shoveling. I'm surprised McManus hasn't been involved as much. I probably would have started him in that Rovers game when he came on. He did get on the ball and try to make things happen, whereas Flores and McDonald weren't doing that. So I think for me, McManus has to be in the team for the draw of the game, without a doubt. He probably has to be in the team for the foreseeable now. Same with Bucko. Look, he probably needs to be going back into midfield. If you don't play him in midfield, just don't play him at all then, and just play Barth at right back because with Bucko at right back, we're going to continue to struggle. We're going to continue to be caught out defensively. Novak and Casper have to improve as well because, look, they're probably lucky in the sense that there's no one there really to challenge him. I know Kane Burns come back from his loan, and when he's played, he's looked decent. It's just whether he'll get in there or not. I don't know. Um, but yeah, we need to fix ourselves up really quickly because if we keep on putting in performances like that on Friday, we won't be anywhere near Europe. We won't be anywhere near the top four. Um, we just need to we just need to keep going, keep improving. Some big games ahead. Look, we just got to focus on them one by one. You look at the draw of the game now in the cup and think, it's a cup quarter final. We need to be well up for it. We need to see a big reaction. Because we can't afford to lose that as well. Otherwise, heads will probably just start rolling. Because after that result on Friday, everyone's pissed off. Look, I get it, but we just need to stick together as a fan base and just try and push the team on from now until the end of the season because there's some tough games to come. Look, they're winnable, but they're going to be tough. Just based on how we're playing at the moment. Look, we need to just start by getting through in that cup game against Drogheda and just see where that takes us now because there's some big league games to come and we're going to need all the support. The players are going to need all the support that they can get. So yeah, look, that's where we're gonna end the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below what you're thinking heading into the last few games of the season. I'll have a preview out for the draw of the game this week as well. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.